Well, hello people to the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, it is going to be a come birthday book shopping with me, and I'm so excited because I haven't been to a bookshop since the start of 2020 and like properly shopping since the start of 2020 when I did my last one when I was in London before the pandemic and everything. And so I was just so excited to go to some bookshops and do some proper book shopping again. It was just so much fun. Absolutely loved it. Now I have actually already been book shopping. This is me filming this intro after I've gone, but I will show those clips of me at the bookshops and everything now in a few minutes. But I just want to say that if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I was in Killarney, County Kerry in Ireland this past week, and I went there for like a mini little holiday in Ireland and I absolutely loved it. Had such a great week. And while I was there, I went book shopping. So I went to two different bookshops. So the first one was the Dungeon Bookshop, which is a bookshop that sells new books but also mainly second-hand books. So I went to there first and it was such a stunning bookshop. Really loved how the books were kind of just everywhere. It really reminds me of a specific bookshop in America that everyone always goes to, and I cannot think of the name of the shop right now. The last bookshop in the world, or if anyone knows which bookshop I'm talking about. So many booktubers have done vlogs in this bookshop and it's literally just books everywhere, and it's a second-hand bookshop. I think it's in California or that side of America. I can't remember the exact name, but if you know which bookshop I'm talking about, please let me know down below in the comments. And then the second bookshop that I went to was Eason's, which is basically Ireland's version of Barnes & Noble, like any of those chain bookshops that you see all around the world. Like that's Ireland's equivalent of it. It's Eason's. So I went to there also and I bought 7 books, which if you've seen any of my come book shopping with me vlogs where I go to a bookshop or anything, I don't usually buy that many, but that is because it was just my birthday and I got gifted birthday money from friends and family. So I had decided to treat myself because I haven't been book shopping in literally such a long time, and I just decided to treat myself. So that's what I did. Yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to include all of the clips now of me book shopping, and I hope that you guys enjoy it.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. Calm your soul, hold my hand, don't let go. I understand. I know it hurts, it wasn't fair.
They had why I'm no longer talking to white people about race. I'm so happy. Like, yes, yes.
It's over now, so don't despair. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay.
Not me buying 5 books. Exactly. Okay, so that was kind of all the clips I had to show you guys, and I feel like you kind of saw which books I ended up buying, but I'm just going to go through them again anyways, just to show you. And then I also have a couple other books that I want to show that I was gifted as birthday presents that I just want to show in the video, make this kind of like a book haul. So let's start from the best one that I think I got, like in terms of bargains and everything. So the first one I have is Normal People by Sally Rooney. Now, I wasn't very interested in ever getting this book. There's many reasons as to why, so let's dive into that. This show, when it came out, like when it was adapted into a show, I would see out of context clips on like social media, or my sister would show me out of context clips, and I found it just cringe to watch, and I was like, ugh, don't know if I like this. So then I had no interest of watching the show or no interest in reading the book because I just found it cringy. However, this is Caitlin, Jamie, and Chloe's one of their favorite books now. They all love it, and obviously I feel like I'm missing out having not read it. And a couple of you guys have recommended this book and wanted me to read it for like a vlog. So I think I might read this for a vlog where it's like Irish person reads Normal People or something like that. So please let me know down below in the comments if you would like to see that as a reading vlog, because if you do, I will most certainly do it, because I think it could be a really fun one, and also the book's kind of short. So I think it could be a quick and easy one for me to do. And the other reason why I ended up getting this book is because it was only €4. And I think I showed another clip when I went into Eason's and how the prices were different. And that's because I got this one in the Dungeon bookshop, which was the secondhand bookshop. And this is literally such a stunning secondhand copy. Like literally nothing wrong with it. There's no rips or anything in it. Perfect edition. I was very happy. When I saw it was €4, I was like, you know what? I need to get it and just read it, see how I'm gonna feel. I think if I'm predicting stars, I think I'm probably gonna give it a 3-star, just because I'm not sure the writing style is gonna be for me personally. Not that the story itself is gonna be bad, it's just I think personally the writing style and everything is just not going to be my vibe.
A few moments later.
A tractor just went past my window, and also a horse and cart. Tell me you live in Ireland without telling me you live in Ireland. So the next book that I have is one that my cousin Emily picked out for me. Emily came on this trip also, and she picked out a book for me, and the book that she picked out was Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. And I just love this cover. I think I've seen this also on TikTok and Bookstagram. I really don't know what it's about, so I think I'm gonna read the synopsis to you. Like I said, I actually don't know what it's about myself. Emily picked it for me, and I was like, yep, I'll read it. You picked it for me, I'll do it. My journal is like my foundation. It doesn't tell me where I'm going, it tells me where I've been. I don't know who I am without it. Quinn Jackson is black, 18, vegetarian, a chronic list maker. I was like, I can't read that word. Chronic list maker, crushing on Carter Bennett, socially awkward, living a lie, lost without her journal, being blackmailed, and about to face her truth. A passionate, heartfelt, and addictive rom-com full of juicy secrets and leaf-off-the-page chemistry about having the courage to be honest, to live in the moment, and to fall in love. I just think this looks like a really cute, like, rom-com book, and I love the title, like, Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry. Mood. Absolute mood. Now, the next two that I ended up picking up, I got these both in Eason's, and I got them just because I am a Heartstopper enthusiast. I am a stan. I love Heartstopper with all of my being. It's my favorite graphic novel series of all time. And I just need to read more of Alice Oseman's books because I've only read Heartstopper and Radio Silence. And I need to change that. So I ended up picking up Solitaire by Alice Oseman. Now I believe that this book follows our main character Tori, who is Charlie's older sister in the Heartstopper series. So if you've read Heartstopper, Charlie's older sister, this is a book all about her where she is the main character. And I believe Nick and Charlie are somewhere in here also as well. Like this is where they first appeared. So I probably should have read this before I read Heartstopper, but oh well, we're doing it the other way. It also says this is not a love story. So I don't know if that's like reverse psychology where it's telling you it's not a love story, but it actually is a love story. I'll have to wait and see when I read it. Then, because that was there, I also picked up Nick and Charlie, a Solitaire novella by Alice Oseman. And oh my god, I just realized this says this is literally a love story. So maybe Solitaire isn't actually a love story. And I think this is just literally like a companion like novella kind of book, just with extra content or like stuff maybe that they were doing during this book. Like you might hear them being mentioned in this book, and then this one actually shows you what they were doing in this one. That's what I'm assuming it means, but I saw Nick and Charlie. I need to read it because I love Heartstopper. Not much else needed to be said. The next book that I got was one of the books that was like my top priority when I went into the bookshops. Like I really wanted to find this book, and that is Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edo Lodge. Now, this is a non-fiction book, and Chloe was recently reading this in one of her vlogs, or I've just been like, when she's on FaceTime with me, like she's been reading this and she's just like reads out quotes to me, and it just sounds so amazing and just like such a good book that I just need to read, and I just know already it's going to be an amazing book, so cannot wait to get to that. Then the next one that I bought was one that came out last year, but if you know, in the world of publishing, sometimes they release paperbacks, especially if you're in the UK and Ireland or Europe, like over this side of the world. I know in America it usually comes out in hardback first and then goes to paperback, but over in Ireland and the UK and everything, it comes out always in paperback first. But sometimes they do the tall paperback, where it's like a really tall version, and then like after a year period of it being out, they'll put it down to the normal paperback size. And that is the case with the next book I'm about to show you. So it is The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. Now this is the second book in the Eldest Curses, so the Magnus and Alec series. And the first one was called The Red Scrolls of Magic, and I have it in like this size, like where it's that height. And when this one originally came out, it was like a lot taller. It was like the same size like a hardback. So obviously it wasn't gonna match. So I was just waiting for it to finally be released in the same size that it would match my other one. And it finally has came out. So when I saw it, I was like, yep, it's time to get it. And then the final book that I bought when I was book shopping was Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. Now, if you remember last year, I did read Sophie Gonzalez's debut book, Only Mostly Devastated, and I absolutely loved it. I read it in a vlog where I read it in one sitting. If I can remember to link it up here or down below, I will. But this is her new book, and it follows our main character who is bisexual. And I feel like this book actually is very similar to Sex Education, and I don't even think I've seen many people talk about that. But based on just the synopsis, it really gives me Sex Education vibes. Except she's not giving sex advice to people, because this book follows our main character who has like a locker thing where people can ask like anonymous questions and get help and stuff. And it's usually for like dating advice and stuff like that. It's not actually sex education, which is what the show Sex Education is about. Our main character Otis gives sex advice to people. So I feel like it kind of has vibes to that, because she's giving advice to people in school in an anonymous locker. Like, it's very similar vibe. And I believe she's giving like advice to someone who she fancies, and then stuff unfolds from there. And there's a lot of drama, high school rom-com, all that fun stuff. So I'm really looking forward to reading it. I loved her first book, so I'm excited to read her second. So they are the 7 books that I bought while I was book shopping in those bookshops down in Kerry. I did also buy an 8th book, but that was a gift for someone, and that person might be watching this video, so I don't want them to see the book being hauled, because I do want to surprise them. So technically I did buy 8 books, but 7 were actually for me. So now I'm going to move on to just the rest of like a book haul and talk about books that I was gifted recently for my birthday, and also just 2 other ones that I recently got that I just want to haul. So the first one that I have is Hanu and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating by Adiba Jagadar. Now this is Adiba Jagadar's second book. Her first book was The Henna Wars, which I absolutely loved. I read it back in March, gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a contender to be one of my favorite books of the year. I loved it so much. So if you haven't read The Henna Wars, highly recommend you go check it out. It's an amazing YA contemporary. Now, also, this book is signed by the author, because when I went into the bookshop up in Dublin, they had signed copies, because Adiba Jagadar, I believe, lives in Dublin or somewhere around there. I know she lives in Ireland, so Dublin being very close, we're obviously then to sign her book. And so I just managed to have one because they had some left. Now, I don't know much about this book. I'm assuming it's a fake dating book because it's called The Guide to Fake Dating. But the reason I wanted to get it is just because I love The Henna Wars so much, so I just wanted to read more of her books. So when this one came out, I was like, yep, I need to buy it. So the next book that I have is one that I was sent by the author and the publisher themselves, and that is Top to Bottom, a memoir and personal guide through phalloplasty by Finley Game. Now, if you don't know who Finn is, they have a YouTube channel named Finn is in... Oh, there's someone walking past the road and they're staring at me. I'm awkward. Did not like that. Why are you staring at me? I'm just trying to vlog and do a book haul here. Anyways, as I was saying, if you don't know Finn, Finn has a YouTube channel called Finn the Invincible. I'm really looking forward to reading it, and I just think it's going to be a really great memoir. I'll leave Finn's channel linked down below. You should definitely go check him out. I love his content, and yeah, just go check them out. All of the next ones I have were birthday gifts, so thank you so much to everyone who gifted me something for my birthday. I really appreciate it. You did not have to, but I really do appreciate it. So the first one that I have is How It All Blew Up by Arvin Amadi, and this was gifted to me by my friend Ilse from Ilse's book. So thank you so much, Ilse, for gifting this to me. I'm so excited to read it because I actually had a dream recently about moving to Italy and Rome and falling in love. And I think, well, it's not exactly what this book is about. This book basically follows our main character who comes out to his Muslim family about being gay, and they don't accept him, so he moves away to Rome and starts a new life. And I'm assuming he meets someone there, but also then when US customs start getting back to him, he has to decide whether he's gonna risk his life and go back to the family that aren't supportive of him, or to continue this life in Rome that he's now started for himself. And I'm just really looking forward to it. I think I'm really gonna like it, so I can't wait to read it. The next book that I have is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which I was gifted by my friend Chloe from Books with Chloe. You guys all know her. And this is the Epic Reads anniversary edition of the book. I don't even actually know if it's an anniversary. It's just an exclusive edition that they have. And it's literally so pretty. I am obsessed with it. Like, yes, obviously we all know Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda is my favorite book of all time. I'm now going to be adding this to my collection, and now I have 10 editions of this book, and I'm not mad about it in the slightest. And then also Chloe gifted me Made in Korea, which I am obsessed with this cover. It's so pretty. And I believe this book follows our two main characters who are in high school, and they both basically start businesses where they're selling Korean jewelry or skin products. One of the two. Oh yeah, K-pop branded beauty products. And they're basically, businesses are rivals. It's very much giving me the same vibes as the Henna Wars, and I can't wait to read that because I already love the Henna Wars and the rival business trope. I loved it, so I really think I'm gonna love this one too, and I'm very excited to get to it, and thank you so much, Chloe, for gifting it to me. The next one that I have is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, and this was gifted to me by Jody from Vanilla Moon, so thank you so much, Jody, for gifting this to me. I'm so excited to read it, and I actually really love this edition because it's really pretty how like the edges of the pages are spray painted the green, and I just think it looks so pretty, so I absolutely love that. Now this is basically just a YA fantasy that I've heard about, and I was always just initially intrigued by the cover. I think it's absolutely stunning. And just a little brief recap of what the book is. Are we girls or are we demons? Are we going to die or are we going to survive? In this bold and immersive fantasy, a young heroine fights to save a world that would dare tame her and discovers she is her own fiercest weapon. So I'm excited to read it. I hope I'm going to love it because I have heard a couple of mixed opinions on it, but hopefully I will enjoy it. The next book that I have is Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee. Now I was gifted this by one of my subscribers and followers named Alva, so thank you so much, Alva, for gifting this to me. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm so excited because this is one of my highly anticipated releases because it just came out, and I'm so happy I have it in my hands, and I hope I'm going to love this. The illustration design on this cover is just so cute, and it's literally so my vibe. I'm really excited for this book. So I'm just going to read you guys the synopsis because I think a lot of you guys might be interested in this book as well if you have a similar reading style and taste to me. So basically it says, Noel Ramirez thinks he's an expert on romance. He has to be for his popular blog, The Meet Cute Diary, a perfect collection of trans meet cutes and happily ever afters. There's just one problem. All the stories are fake. What started as idealized fantasies of a trans boy afraid to step out of the closet has grown into a beacon of hope for trans readers across the globe. When a troll exposes the Meet Cute Diary as fiction, Noah's world unravels. The only way to save the diary is to convince his fans that the stories are true, but how can he spin fiction into fact without any proof? Then Drew walks into Noah's life, and the pieces fall into place. Drew is willing to fake date Noah in order to save the diary. But as Noah's feelings for Drew transcend their staged romance, Noah quickly realizes that dating in real life isn't quite the same as finding love on the page. With the Meet Cute Diary and Noah's heart hanging on the balance, Noah will have to choose between following his own expertise or discovering that some of the most romantic endings are the ones that go off script. Does that not sound adorable? And I just think it's literally right up my street in terms of a YA contemporary. I think I'm gonna love it. I love that the main character has a blog. I just love it. Absolutely cannot wait to read it, and thank you so much, Alva, for gifting it to me. Now, the second last book that I have is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is Taylor Jenkins Reid's newest book, and it just came out, I believe, in May. and I was gifted this by my friend Caitlin from Kate Literature, so thank you so much, Caitlin, for gifting this to me. I really appreciate it and I love you, and I am just so excited to read this one. I absolutely love The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I have also read Daisy Jones and the Six. Didn't love that one as much. I still liked it, but I just didn't love it as much. But I have been highly anticipating a new book from Taylor Jenkins Reid. I do need to read her backlog because she has quite a lot of other books that I need to get to, but this is her newest one and everyone has been reading it, and I really don't know anything about it, and I really want to keep it that way because I'm trying to go into this without any knowledge to what it's about. I just know it has something to do with a party, like a beach party in Malibu, and I think maybe there's like a mystery or something to it, but that's all I want to know. That's all I need to know. I think I'm going to be doing a vlog for this with my mom. So me and my mom will be doing another reading vlog together where we both read this one. So look out for that, and it will be coming hopefully by the end of the summer, depending on how quickly my mom can read. The final book that I have for this video is Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. Now this was also gifted to me by one of my subscribers and followers named Rachel, so thank you so much, Rachel. You know already how much I appreciate you, and I'm just so grateful that you gifted this to me, and I cannot wait to read it. Now this is Victoria Aveyard's newest book, so if you might be familiar with her previous series, the Red Queen series, I did like the Red Queen series. I liked book 1 and book 2. Books 3 and book 4, it kind of goes a little bit downhill, and they're not as good as the first two. But nonetheless, I still did, as a whole, enjoy the series. So I actually was really looking forward to her new book. I think this book is about a heist because I know there's a band of like characters that all are like different people. So there's like a squire, an immortal, an assassin, an old sorceress, and a pirate's daughter. So I just think it's going to sound really fun. I am just excited to see where this is gonna go. I'm not sure when I'll read it, but hopefully I will get to it very soon. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing what Victoria Aveyard has in store for a brand new world and see how she's gonna create this new fantasy world. So I'm really looking forward to reading it. So yeah guys, they are all of the books that is in this Come Book Shopping With Me / book haul video. I am so grateful for every book that I was gifted or sent by someone. Thank you so much. It honestly means the world to me, and I had such an amazing birthday, so thank you so much. And hopefully there will be some new hidden gems in here for me and new favorite books of mine. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. Let me know down below in the comments if there's any of these books that you have read and you loved personally, any that you would love to hear my thoughts on or you want me to like read immediately. Please let me know down below in the comments. And other than that, I shall see you all next time in my next video. So goodbye guys.